Hello, everyone, and welcome to my review of episode number 7 of BB28. We've got some stuff to talk about for tonight's episode, don't we? So, episode 7 was aired on Wednesday, July 22nd, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Start Time. And once again, it was another 90-minute episode tonight, and I'm going to say it again. I don't know why they're doing the 90-minute episodes this season, but I'm not complaining. I'm all for it. I'm all for longer episodes. Now, at the start of tonight's episode, holy smokes. So the last episode was on Sunday, of course, that was the HOH episode, right? And during the intro of that last episode, the voice said something along the lines of, it was the craziest nomination ceremony in Big Brother history. But then, after watching Sunday's episode, I wouldn't say it was the craziest, right? Because they didn't really show too much of what happened on Sunday. Tonight was a different story. Things got blown up. Really, really blown up. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty psychotic. So, basically what happens is Devens, who is the HOH, of course, he would go to end the nomination ceremony, and then Angela stands up and she's like, nope, no, hold on, house meeting. She calls a house meeting, and this is where all heck breaks loose. So the main two who are going at each other right now are Jason and Angela. Listen, I did my best. I was like, okay, we're probably going to hear a lot of stuff today, so there's no way I'm going to be able to make a note of everything that was said. Oh my goodness. Basically, the main takeaway here, Angela said that his emotions were fake. He wants people to feel sorry for him because he's gay, right? And he just, Angela also says that Jason, he looked at the camera and kind of smiled a little bit the one time when they were talking to each other and she walked away. And when he looked at the camera and smiled, which he did, and he did own up to it, and he actually does end up apologizing to Angela later, but it's it was insane. It was absolutely insane. People are yelling at each other. Rome would also end up referring to Haley as a side character. I don't really know what Haley did, to be honest. I think Haley is not really a part of this, but this was chaos. This was absolute chaos. Like I just wow. Like Jason and Angela were calling each other a BIT. To finish the rest of that word, you're never gonna hear me cuss, by the way. So just want to throw that out there. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. And, well, maybe they weren't kidding when they said it was the the craziest nomination ceremony in Big Brother history because the house got blown up big time, and it was because of Devens' nominations. So yeah, I would highly recommend checking out tonight's episode, especially the first 10 minutes or so. Yeah, there was a lot that went down. It was insane, and there was no way I was going to be able to keep track of all that. So what ends up happening a little bit later on is Jason and Angela, they would actually end up making up. I couldn't believe it. So he owns up, and he admitted that he looked at the camera and smiled when Angela was walking away from him, which he did do. They did show that during the episode, so he says it was an honest mistake. And apparently they're kind of okay with each other now after all that, but they forgive each other, but they're not gonna forget, kind of thing. So I thought that was a little bit shocking to turn around that quickly and apologize, but I guess we'll see what happens between those two moving forward. But just it was insane. The first 10 minutes of the episode tonight was just insane. And because of that, well, some people were left feeling very, very upset and very emotional. That included Melody and Latrice. I feel bad for Latrice. Like, Latrice shouldn't have even, she shouldn't have been um, a part of this at all. Apologies for the random cut there. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I don't think Latrice should have even been brought into this because like, what the heck? I don't know. I thought that was kind of strange. But I mean, Rome did end up throwing her name out there, and like, I don't know. I after tonight's episode, I don't know how to feel about Rome now. Like, I can't believe I'm saying that, but it there's a few people in the house where it's like I don't know if I like them or if I don't like them. I don't know. Jason's on that boat too. I really do not know how to feel about Jason right now, but even Rome after tonight because like, referring to Haley as a side character, and he said something else to her as well, but then Haley said, um, I think it was Haley. I might be mistaken about this, but I think it was Haley referred to Rome as snarky. So, it was just the nomination ceremony was in fact very very crazy. So I don't know. I do still like Rome, but after tonight there's like I don't know. But anyways, so Latrice and Taylor were talking to each other in one of the rooms, the bedrooms, and they're pretty much just saying lay low and let them go at each other basically. And Taylor was the one who said that, and she's not wrong, right? Like they're just, especially Taylor. Like Taylor was not a part of the drama there at all. So um, somebody like Taylor, I would say she's in a pretty good spot right now because she just stayed out of that drama completely. So and there's a few people in that on that boat, I should say. So Devens and Dee they showed them talking to each other in the HOH room, and they're both very happy right now. Things went very well for both of them. Of course, Devens is the current HOH, and Devens and Dee are working with each other, so they're pretty happy right now. Um, but Rome basically kind of blew up Latrice's game, quote unquote. I I don't think this is really going to affect Latrice's game too much going forward. I think people still generally like her. Um, like she didn't do anything wrong in my opinion. I think she's fine. Um, but Rome, he is very emotional here in one of the bedrooms. He was there with Latrice and Yash was there as well. So he's really upset. Like he's in tears. And Rome, they showed him in the diary room as well. He was just basically apologizing to Latrice. He didn't mean to hurt her, and he's apologizing to her. Now, what's interesting about this is Latrice was actually the one comforting Rome, but Rome was the one who hurt Latrice. So I thought that was kind of interesting there. But I don't think Rome meant to hurt her intentionally. I really don't. I don't think he's that kind of guy, but that's what it looks like. So they kind of made up. Latrice does say that she forgives him, but she won't forget, basically, kind of thing, right? So then Rome would talk to Devens in the HOH room, and he would actually applaud Devens for the gameplay, because Rome knows exactly what's going on at this point. Obviously, everyone does, but because of this, Devens would have even more respect for Rome, and he likes him even more now, and that's why he wants him out. So Devens would tell Melody that she is pretty much safe, like guaranteed safe, like she's not going home. I I don't think she's going home either, but you never know. It's Big Brother, right? We'll talk more about that later. But Rome would then tell Lyric that he wants to date her outside of the house. So, they got their showmance going. And obviously, Lyric is very upset because of the possible outcome, because she's on the block, and everyone knows Rome is going on the block here unless he gets picked to win the veto and wins it. Um, so yeah, obviously Lyric is very upset because of that. So we would end up going to the picking players for the POV. Devens would draw the two names, so Angela gets drawn first and Barrett gets drawn second. So at this point it's like a guarantee, right? Rome, it's almost certainly going on the block now. Like there's no way he stays off the block. So yeah. Now at this point, I put this in my notes here. I put this. Melody is probably coming off unless Lyric or Jason win the veto. That's what I thought, right? I thought Melody was coming down, but we'll get to that later. So Drew and Rome were talking in the fitness room, or the gym, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And I just gotta say this. I mentioned this in I think it was my last video, also my power ranking video too. I think, I would argue, maybe it's not an argument, but I think Drew is in the best position in the house right now, and I do think he's gonna go far. I know I said that in my power rankings video on Friday. He's in a really, really good spot, so I think people need to keep an eye on him more because it just seems like nobody's going after him. He's on everyone's good side, and he's playing a really good game so far, man. So I think he's going to go far. So the POV competition kicks off, and it's a puzzle. So pretty much what they had to do was there was a billboard with a bunch of different pieces on it, and they had to go out, find the pieces, and put them on their board, but there was only one formation. Like the pieces would only fit one way, and it looked pretty challenging, especially if you're not big on puzzles, because the pieces, they were rotating, and it's like, yeah, some were bigger, some were smaller. They had to fit, you had to put them in the perfect spot, and it looked kind of difficult, especially if you're not a puzzle person. So they do that. Angela would buzz in, but one of her pieces was actually hanging outside a little bit, so she didn't end up winning. It was incomplete. So then it would show Devens and Jason buzzing in at basically the same time, but Devens would end up winning the power of veto. So an HOH win and a POV win this week for Devens. So he's got all the power this week in the house. But Jason, apparently the way they showed it during the episode, he was really close to winning this. So that would have been interesting if he had won it. But yeah, Devens wins POV, and he's got all the power to do what he wants. So I put this in my notes again. The veto will most likely be used on Melody. That's what I thought, right? So changing gears a little bit here. I kind of feel bad for Angela a little bit. Still not a big fan of her. I made this very clear. I do not like Angela. This is not a secret. But she is really having a hard time with this egg suit that she's in. And she's struggling to do the simplest of things, like anything. Just walking, eating. It's like, it does look pretty difficult to do stuff in, but I kind of feel bad for her, to be honest. But I don't know how much longer she has to wear that thing. Is it like the rest of the week or something like that? But yeah, it's just it's funny, but again, you kind of feel bad for her a little bit. So something kind of interesting what happened here. Rome and Lyric, they talked about faking breaking up with each other. So the hope here was it would take the target off of them. There's more on this in a little bit here. So that was their plan. They would fake breaking up. Now, Rome would go talk to Drew, and Drew is not buying it at all. Drew is smart, man. Like, I'm telling you, I know I keep saying it, he might be my favorite to win so far. I am not even kidding. I might go that far. But he's not buying it at all. Like, he sees right through it. And yeah, so then Lyric would go to Devens, and she would tell him to use the veto on her and put Rome up. This is what Lyric said to Devens. So Devens is actually not sure if she's telling the truth or not. he's kind of undecided. So I'm like, oh my god, is this actually gonna work? Is this plan actually gonna work? So there was a big debate. Devens, he didn't know. He did not know if Lyric was telling the truth or not. So he's debating whether or not to use the veto between or on Lyric or Melody, right? We know it's not going to get used on Jason. So Drew wants Melody to come off since he's close with her. So Drew would say that to Devens, and that Devens is still unsure at this point. So he would also talk to Dee and Angela in the HOH room. So Angela wants Melody to come down, and Dee wants Lyric to come down. So it's one person saying one thing, one person saying the other thing. So Devens, he's undecided, and at this point I'm thinking like we go into this commercial break, the final commercial break, and I'm like, no, it's gonna get used on Melody, right? Surely, has to, right? But we would come back from the commercial break, and Devens does use the veto on Lyric, and Rome does end up going up. I was kind of shocked. I was honestly kind of shocked. So their plan, the fake breakup that Lyric and Rome did, it actually worked. This was their plan. So now, I'm feeling mixed emotions now because Lyric is my favorite out of the girls. I've made this clear before. So she comes down. I'm happy about that. But now Rome goes up. But we knew he was going up anyways. So this means Rome has a chance to win Blockbuster. And if he does, the showmance is going to be safe. Which is insane to think about. So, yeah. Now you've got Rome, Melody, and Jason on the block. So obviously I want Rome to win this because he is still my favorite out of the guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So there you go. Devens just absolutely killing it this week, winning HOH and POV. Safe to say he's probably going to be number 1 this week on the power rankings, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So live eviction and Blockbuster competition is tomorrow night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And I am praying, I am hoping to God I can actually do the live stream on time this time. Because, well, there have been 2 streams on this channel so far, and I have not gone live at the scheduled time. So I am praying, fingers crossed, I can go live at the time I want to go live at. I would like to go live probably 10 minutes before the episode starts, so 7:50 we'll say. But in the event I can't go live, I'll probably just do what I did last week, and I'll go live later on, like after the episode's done. So yeah, we'll see what happens. That is the plan. Live eviction tomorrow night. And is it going to be Rome, Melody, or Jason? I mean, obviously I don't want Rome to go. I want Rome to be safe. I want him to win Blockbuster, of course. But if I had to choose, it's hard, man. Because, like, I kind of like Melody. I did like Jason at the start, but now I'm kind of on the fence with Jason. I don't even know. I don't know. But I know for a fact he is going after Angela, and I really don't like Angela, so it's like, that's hard. I don't know who to, If I had to choose, I guess I would say Jason, because I do like Melody, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, that is it for tonight's review, episode number 7. Let me know what you think of that nomination ceremony, dude, because that was insane. And let me know how you think. Devens just cleaning up house, no pun intended. Again, winning HOH and Power Veto this week. So yeah, so again, it's Rome, Jason, and Melody on the block, and we will see who wins Blockbuster tomorrow night and who is going home to meet Julie. Alright guys, that is it for tonight's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow night for the next live eviction. Take care, everyone.